everyone, it's good to see you. My name is Sarah, and it's good to have you join online. And shall we say hello to each other? And we do this by waving our hands like this. Now we've said hello to each other, I wonder, who do we need to say hello to now? That's right, God. And how do we say hello to God? We say a prayer. So we need our pointy fingers. So can everybody show me your pointy fingers? Where are your eyes for looking? And where are your ears for listening? Where are your feet for walking? And where are our lips for singing? Where are our hands to do His will? And then this one's a little bit tricky because we only have one of them, but we can only feel it, and that is our heart. And then at the end we will say Amen, which means I agree, and we will do a roly-poly like this. So is everybody ready? 2 little eyes to look to God, and 2 little ears to hear His word, 2 little lips to sing His praise, and 2 little feet to walk in His ways, 2 little hands to do His will, and 1 little heart to love Him still. Amen.
We're gonna clap our hands, clap our hands, clap our hands, 'cause we just love to praise the Lord. We're gonna clap our hands, clap our hands, clap our hands, 'cause we just love to praise the Lord. We're gonna stamp our feet, stamp our feet, stamp our feet, 'cause we just love to praise the Lord. We're gonna stamp our feet, stamp our feet, stamp our feet, 'cause we just love to praise the Lord. We're gonna shout out loud, shout out loud, shout out loud, 'cause we just love to praise the Lord. We're gonna shout out loud, shout out loud, shout out loud, 'cause we just love to praise the Lord.
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Joseph. This is Joseph, who was the son of Israel and Rachel. But he had 11 brothers who hated him and sold him into slavery. After being put in jail, Joseph told of the future of Egypt when he interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, and Joseph found favor with the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh made Joseph a leader in his kingdom. Just as Joseph had told the Pharaoh, Egypt had 7 years of abundance. Then the 7 years of abundance came to an end, and the 7 years of famine began, just as Joseph had said. But the Egyptians had food to eat because Joseph had planned for the famine. There was famine in all the other lands, and many came to Joseph to buy food. There was even a famine in the land that Joseph came from. So when Israel heard that there was grain in Egypt, he sent his sons to buy some. But Israel did not send Benjamin with the others because he was afraid that harm might come to him. When Joseph's brothers came to him, Joseph recognized them, but he pretended to be a stranger.
Aha!
So Joseph decided to test his brothers. He had his interpreter tell them to send for Benjamin, who had stayed home. And then he threw his brothers in jail for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Joseph let all but one of the brothers take grain to their starving households with the instruction to bring Benjamin back. But Joseph provided for his brothers' journey and gave them grain and silver. The brothers did exactly as Joseph instructed, as they were scared that God was punishing them for what they had done to Joseph so many years before. They traveled home to their father's house, then back to Egypt. Now that he had seen that they brought Benjamin, Joseph was overwhelmed, so he released the brother who was still in prison. But Joseph decided to play one more trick on his brothers. He sent the brothers away but told his servant to hide his silver cup in Benjamin's bag. Then Joseph told the servant to go after the brothers and retrieve the cup. The brothers hadn't traveled far before the servant stopped them and accused them of stealing the cup. Joseph could no longer control himself before his attendants. He made them leave so he could be alone with his brothers, and he told his brothers who he really was.
Ta-da!
He told them of his life and all he had experienced, and he forgave them for what they had done. God was with Joseph and took care of him and showed him favor.
Joseph chose to forgive his brothers despite all of the terrible things they had done to him in the past. For our craft, which is kind of more a prayer response today, what I want you to do is ask your grown-up for a bowl, and then that grown-up to fill up the bowl with some water and some soap. So once you have done that, I want you to sit down and think of a time when you might have made a bad choice. And as you do that, I want you to put your hands into the bowl and wipe your hands like this. So this is just a symbol that God will clean your bad choices.
Now we are going to finish off with our final prayer. So, God made the sun and God made the trees. God made the mountains and God made me. Now we're going to say thank you, and we do this by this. Thank you for the sun, and thank you for the trees. Thank you for the mountains, and thank you for me. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you will join us next week.